Welcome to this week's collective energy read. I'm Pavan from Guided by Spirits, and this week I have noticed it's a very there's a duality going on with some of us sort of in a hellscape and the rest of us in a, for lack of a better word, a lovescape. So I want to start by telling you all the things I saw in my download. The very first thing was this really frightening, actually sort of a hellscape. So what did that entail? First, I saw this very, very dark tornado. And then I saw a sky, like all these like really black swirling storm clouds coming in. And as I looked down, I saw this red tower. And as I looked at the ground, I noticed it was like that sort of cracked everywhere, like those old lake beds, where like the ground is just cracked everywhere. And it wasn't very pleasant. And I was a bit distressed. And then all of a sudden I saw an eagle. And I sort of became this eagle, and I rose above, and I had this sort of bird's eye view of everything. And I looked up also what an eagle means, spiritually speaking. And it said, eagles represent bridging the spiritual and physical world to bring your spiritual aspirations into reality as a process of evolution. Spiritually, they represent transformation, manifestation, power, and inner strength. So thus far, what I downloaded, I believe, has to do with finding the inner strength to rise above the darkness, really. And the next thing I saw right away, I was in a different place. And I was standing at the bottom of like this waterfall. And just over the waterfall, which was, the sort of, where it was coming down from, the cliff, I could see the sun, and it was shining down. And what I understood from this was that, if you stand in the waterfall, everything's rushing at you and things can feel really overwhelming. And some of us are feeling overwhelmed. But that sun, and it was so clear, it wasn't just a little bit, it was like you could see the whole sun. That was hope. And so what I was really feeling from the collective was that although there seemed to be many reasons to despair at the moment, that I think more of us than not are still feeling very hopeful. And again, this is tying in also with the eagle, that by focusing on the positive, we can rise above that sort of overwhelm and manifest what we want. And then I heard, as I was standing at the bottom of this waterfall, I heard a snippet from two different songs. And one of them was, it's an old song. I think it was from the 70s. Like, hold the line, love isn't always on time. And I was like, okay, love isn't always on time. So, okay, so you could be standing at the bottom of this waterfall and feeling like, oh, this shit's coming towards you and things aren't happening at the speed that you want them to. Okay, but then the next thing was, every day I love you more. So that was a completely different sentiment. It was, to me, for one thing, that love was growing, that love is getting closer to you, that we are feeling more and more love, that we are more and more on the light side, the lovescape, not the the hellscape. So I like that. Especially since last week was such a heavy fear, anxious, angry energy. It seems like it's really, there's still a part of that, because I saw it, but people are lightening up and people are feeling more hopeful and focusing more on the positive. So that made me really, really happy. Oh yeah. And then the next thing I heard the word twist, and I was like, okay. And then I don't know if you've ever read, it was like, it reminded me of this little saying I had seen once, I think on Instagram. It was sort of like, whenever life throws you a curveball, just like yell plot twist and keep going. It's just a plot twist, and think of it as something that's just making things more exciting, just like in a movie. But the other thing I heard was also that song, Twisting the Night Away. And that was telling me to enjoy the moment, to have fun in the moment, and just have fun in the moment and don't think about anything else. And then I heard, eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow we may die. It's like, don't, just have fun right now, enjoy right now, because that's also what's going to keep your spirits high. It's going to keep anxiety and fear and all of that unpleasantness at bay. Because when you're having a good time and you're feeling high and happy, life looks a lot different. All right, what else did I see? Okay. So first, there was the hellscape. Then after I heard twist and sort of moved away from the waterfall, and I saw, it was really beautiful. It was almost like a painting. It was like just nature, okay, like, so just like these fields of grass, like full of wildflowers, and these beautiful sort of nymph-like women with floral crowns, and they were sort of like lying in the grass and just really enjoying everything. And then all of a sudden I look up and there's the sky, and there was a tower as well, but it was more like a castle tower, like with that light colored stone. And it was this huge, it was like, it reached all the way up into the sky. It was massive. And out of it and all around it and raining down from the sky were these sort of pink roses. They were just falling everywhere, and cherubs. I mean, it was crazy. It was like this crazy painting. And the sky was so blue, and it was just really pretty. And it felt like, the tower in the hellscape was really quite small. And I was looking at it from above, grant you, like, say maybe I was standing on top of a mountain looking at everything in the distance, but this, in the Lovescape, I was on the ground, and everything, it was so much bigger, and the tower was so much bigger, and it felt like love, love and positive energy. Just love is so much bigger and so much stronger than any of the negative emotions, and it will always win if you just focus on it. So that was my download for the collective. And now I'm going to throw some tarot cards. I also, yeah, it's making tea, and it was crazy too. I started seeing things in the tea, but I think those were meant for me. All right, so let's see. Tell us about the collective energy for this week. Whoop. Okay, there you go. So we have, give me one more. I like threes. Oh, well, we got fours. Fancy. Okay, let's see. And this came down first. This. And all right, give me a minute, because I haven't used regular tarot cards that much lately. Okay. Okay. So I'm just going to tell you what I'm intuitively getting from these. Okay. So here we have the 8 of Wands. Okay. And this is stuff like, just for me, it's like stuff flying towards you. Almost, it feels almost like an aggressive energy, you know, sort of like that waterfall that I saw. But there's no, they're also, you know, look, you've got them. You see like the leaves growing on the twigs and stuff. It's also, to me, these are like a lot of opportunities. A lot of opportunities coming our way. Look what a beautiful, you know, a lovely river and a green little hill with a nice little castle on it or something. You're okay. A lot of opportunities could be coming our way this week. Don't, you can view them from the Hellscape or you can view them from the Lovescape. Okay, so don't let them overwhelm you. Just see them as opportunities. Just because, you know, you're receiving all of these opportunities, all of these invitations, doesn't mean that you have to accept them all. You know, be discerning. I want this one, I don't want that one, no thank you, you know, thank you. Okay, so that's where we're starting. Okay, so here we've got the 8, once again, the 8. Oh, funny. We've got 2 8s and 2 9s coming up. Okay, so interesting. Okay, so we've got the 8 of Swords. Okay, the feeling I'm getting from this is this person is having a hard time making a decision. You know, so we got the, like I was saying, they can be opportunities or they can be overwhelming swords, you know. And these swords are behind her, so it could be that the past makes you anxious. She's all bound up. Okay, she's not seeing clearly. She's blindfolded and she's tied up, and she's like almost like in a prison, you see, because she's got these swords around her, but she could actually move forward. You see, the swords are all sort of behind her, and like there's one next to her, and there's a castle in the background. You don't need to feel this way. Okay, you can set yourself free. And see here, look, we've got the 9 of Swords. So, you know, this is the past. This is like whatever didn't work out for you, you know, things that hurt you, things you're upset about in the past, you know, that are keeping you trapped. You know, you need to let go of that. Stop thinking about that. Okay, because look, when you do that, you get the 9 of Cups. That looks like one wealthy guy. That looks like a very, very wealthy person to me. So again, here's your choice. Just like I said, you know, Hellscape or Lovescape. Okay, so the Lovescape version of all the opportunities coming towards you, and the Hellscape version, okay, of focusing on like what's wrong with them and how overwhelming they are. Make a choice. Again, make a choice. The opportunities can freak you out, you know, bring up scary memories, make you afraid to choose, you know, make you freeze, or you can look at them from the Lovescape and say, wow, this is so abundant, all these wonderful opportunities, I can handle it. Okay, so I'm gonna get some clarifying cards, but so far, wow, okay. And really annoying that I'm not a numerologist, because there has to be a significance, you know, with the 2 8s and the 2 9s, but we'll see, we'll see. Clarify, Archangel Michael, please. Interesting. Right, Archangel Michael, will you please clarify what's going on with the opportunities, the choices, things that didn't work out in the past? You know, I always feel like this is kind of like crying over spilled milk, you know? And this person's holding themselves hostage. Don't do that. And I feel simply because of the lay of the cards, the fact that here that the positive cards are on the outside and these are on the inside, that these are bigger, that these are stronger, you know, these are the more the surrounding energy that you can tap into for yourself. I don't think that's meant. All right, Archangel Michael, Archangel Michael, Archangel Michael. Okay, write down your thoughts and feelings. Yes, okay. That will help you very, very much, especially if you've got a lot on your plate and a lot of stuff coming at you. Write that stuff down. And you can even make like a, for one thing, okay, so first write it down. Write down, if it frightens you, write down what about it frightens you. So like, I have fear that, right? So not I'm afraid, I have fear that. And then ask yourself, is this true? You know, is this necessarily true? Does this need to be true, this fear? Or is it just, you know, stuff from the past that's making you reactive? Okay. And then, so you've written that down, and then write down, you know, that you're releasing that fear, and then start writing about what you're grateful for about this, like what could be great about it. Okay. And like, you can make like a pro and con list, even if you're not into the way I was saying to do it. You can also do pros and cons. I always do that if I have like a big decision, you know, right? Just make the pros and cons, hold them up next to each other, you know, easy decision. And also, like, if you can do that for each opportunity or each choice, but you can also do, you know, separately, and then stack them next to each other as well, you know, so that you see, okay, which ones really are for me. Because you must have a goal, right? You have dreams and goals. Always ask yourself, will this opportunity bring me closer to that goal? You know, or is it just busy work? Or is it me overextending myself to please someone else? You know, that's just really, I think, especially if you're a woman, we're so eager to care for other people and please them and save them, and that's when you get overwhelmed, and that's when you lose sight of who you are, why you are, what you want, and it slows you down, and sometimes it even makes it that you never do reach your goal because you get lost. You know, this woman, this person's lost. You see, they're far away from that castle, far away from that dream. And instead of, okay, look, in the background, there's also a big river. Do you see that? The light back here, back there. Okay, there's a regular river, and this is just like little piddly little. They've gotten off track. This person's gotten off track. Get back on track. All right, Archangel Michael, anything else you wish to tell us? To me, like one more thing. Okay. This one is asking you to take care of your health. Is that right? Yeah, okay. This is asking you to take care of your health, your physical health, because you know your body is your instrument here in life. And if you're not healthy, if you're not well, then you can't function. You can't function at your best, at your optimum best. If you're unhealthy, it will also affect your mindset. You know, it'll make you depressed. If you're in pain, if you're just feeling less than your best, it's sort of, it drains your energy because it's always running around in the background. So this week, maybe if you have, no, not maybe, definitely this week, I'm telling you, take a look at what you're eating and look at your exercise, and just make sure, look and see if you're taking good enough care of your body, or you know, because it's just been summer vacation, so you know that's when we have fun and we go to the beach and we eat lots of ice cream and hot dogs and french fries and you know funnel cakes. So you know, maybe it's time now, you know, vacation's over, to focus back on getting back into a healthy routine. Thank you. That's good advice, Archangel Michael. All right, I want a message from Whisperings of Nature, because that Lovescape was so intense and so strong and so huge. All right, so tell us, clarify, Mother Nature. Tell us some more about that Lovescape. Don't do that. They're so, you know, they're pretty cards. The big cards are so hard to shuffle. Or maybe it's just that I have little hands. Like, come on. Shuffle. Tell me. Be kind to yourself. So again, self-care. Self-care. You know, on Friday, I made a video about how to clear away negative emotions and negative energy from yourself through a wonderful herbal bath. And I did it, except for like the chamomile, I did it with all stuff that I picked in my backyard. And because I did it because I was feeling awful. I mean, I think you can even see the difference between what I looked like when I was picking stuff and what I looked like, because I shot, you know, the conclusion like right afterwards, after I took the actual bath. And I would look like two different people. I mean, I was like glowing. And I felt glowing, you know, I felt everything, all the heavy stuff had just cleared out. So if you have a bathtub, I will put the link below and try it. And you don't have to use all the herbs that I used. You know, I was like overkill. I was like everything I could think of that would help. But I made a list of all of the herbs, and you know, whatever you have, even if, you know, like the one I didn't have was chamomile, but I had some dried chamomile in my tea chest, you know, so that's a thing you can do. And if you don't have a bathtub, I know a lot of us don't, then you could conceivably boil the ingredients I told you in water, let it come to a, you know, a nice temperature, and put it in a jar or whatever, and then you go take a shower and like just pour it over your head and let it wash over you. That's, you know, that will also help. It's not as powerful, I think, as a bath, but on the other hand, you're boiling it, so you're really concentrating the workings of the herbs. So, you know, either way, give it a try. Be kind to yourself. Don't ingest harsh things, you know, like try to You know, maybe avoid alcohol, unless your body is really saying, oh, just a little bit, that would make me actually feel better. You know, I don't drink a lot, but like every once in a while, I just have this thing, this feeling like, oh, I should have a little wine, and it's always ends up being a good thing. Whereas usually I'll have it and I'll end up, you know, awake all night having hot flashes. Surprise. Yeah, and try to avoid toxic people, harsh situations. You know the drill. I'm sure you know the drill. Okay. What else? This deck. Let's get something from this deck. Stop it. All right, so self-care. Yeah, because these tarot cards are also, in a way, you're beating yourself up about the past. Ooh, you're beating yourself up about the past. Stop. Don't do that. Be kind to yourself. The past is gone. The past is over. Stop crying over spilled milk. You can't do a gosh darn thing about it. And just look forward, because up ahead, look what's up ahead. It's good stuff. It's abundance. And stop seeing. That's the other thing, you know, if you're closing your eyes and focusing on the path, you might not even notice all of these opportunities that are coming towards you. Okay, so if you think about that image of the waterfall and the sun, don't like get under the waterfall and be like crushed by all that heavy falling water. Step out of that waterfall and look up. You know, you can see then the beauty of the waterfall, and you can see the sun. You know, these sword chicks are standing under the waterfall. All right, let's see, what do we got? Okay, so we got the not for you card, but it was upside down. So I'm going to show it to you right side up. Light, it's a glare there. Can you see it now? Okay. And not for you, but it was upside down. So that's good, because it is for you. It is for you. Yeah. Okay. So what's on here? There's a window with a person looking out of it. There's a chessboard and there's a fortune cookie. And a hand holding it like it's a tray. So to me, it's saying like, you know, whatever you're dreaming of is not for you. You know, no, fortune cookie says no, you know. Chessboard, you know, you're not going to win, but this was upside down. Oh, happy day. So that means, you know, stop thinking this, stop thinking that it's not for you, because it freaking is. Okay, it is. Your dreams can come true. You can win, you can succeed. It's for you. So grab it quick. Blindfolding yourself and tying yourself up and crying over the past. Just all that's doing is slowing you down and causing you to not even notice all of the opportunities that are coming your way. All right, archangels. How can you help us? Tell us more. Okay, so okay. Under write your thoughts and feelings. And you know, so here so the opportunities, then writing down about the opportunities, and now we've got life review. Okay, and to me, because it came here especially, in this way, these cards are sort of suggesting that you are also doing a life review, but only looking at the negative. And if you only do that, it seems like nothing good's ever happened. But, for some reason, people, all of us, we focus more on what didn't work than on what did. We focus on the bad news as opposed to the good news because we feel like that. I think we're wired that way, like for safety, like, oh, if we know the bad things that happened, we can keep ourselves safe, won't happen again. But in this day and age, generally, we're not cave people anymore. So it would actually be much better for your mental health and for your personal joy and also just for your self-confidence to focus on what has gone right in your life. So when you're writing stuff down, don't be just, you can do the thing I was telling you about, the listing the things in order to make decisions and feel less overwhelmed, but also take time to write down all of the good things that have happened in your life, that are happening in your life, things that you're grateful for. That's really important, actually. If you want to move from the Hellscape to the Lovescape, the fastest, easiest way to do that is to just sit down and start making a list of all the things you're grateful for. And you can start with the smallest things. You can think, oh, whatever, maybe you're super depressed and you don't think you have anything to be grateful for. Well, I don't know, you've got a phone or a computer to watch this, for example. Not everyone has that. You can be grateful for that. You're sitting somewhere watching this, be grateful for the place you're sitting in. You know what I mean? Even if you have to dig real deep, you can always find something. And it's really funny how that works, that once you start thinking of more and more and more and more things. You could just be thankful that the sun is shining, or that it's nice weather. Yeah, it's just be grateful for trees, be grateful for flowers, just grasp at straws if you must, but that will just start to turn your mindset into a happier one. All right, what else? Woo, stop it. Okay, so focus on your health, focus on positive. Maybe for some of you, because the focus on your health is under the 8 of Swords, it could be that if you are not in the best fit condition, that is actually holding you back from achieving your goals. You know that? I'll give you an example. Let's say you want to, let's say you've come up with some diet, right? And it's amazing, it's an amazing diet, and you've done it before, you know it works, and you want to sell it to people, except for the past several years, you haven't been doing the diet and you've started getting chunky and you don't look the way you tell people they will end up looking after you've done the diet. And people may or may not notice that, depending on how good of a salesperson you are, but it will cause you to feel like a fraud on the inside, and it will affect the energy with which you project your sales pitch, and you won't believe you and they won't believe you. So that's just an example, or whatever. It could be like if you want to excel at some sport thing, if you're out of shape or you're unhealthy, or you want to you want to attract a lover. And I'm not saying you can't attract a lover if you're sick and overweight, you know, anyone can, but in that case, you have to have such self-confidence and feel so amazing about yourself, you know, have such self-love, because otherwise what it does is it makes you insecure and it attracts, you can attract someone, but you are either, you know, you're either going to get a predatory person, you know, a kind of person who uses you to feel superior, kind of person who uses your insecurity to control you, or if you're unwell, you know, the kind of person who takes advantage, you know, sees you as a weak person. So, you know, really think about that before you get all, you know, I don't know, incensed at what I've just said. Okay, what do the angels have to say about it? Okay, it's taking 2 cards. I don't know which one it is. Yeah. Okay, so we've got 2 cards. I'm going to put them here. We've got outdoors, so go outdoors. So that's, and we've got passion. Okay, so what it's telling me this now all together is take care of your body, take care of your mind, you know, your emotional self. Go outside. What they're really wanting is, you know, if you go out, you know, you go walking, you maybe, you know, move your body, feel physically more healthy, but also going outside obviously is really, really good for your mental health, whether it's, you know, rain or shine, it doesn't matter. Each type of weather has actually different health benefits. So either way, go outside, you know, so this is gonna lift your spirits, your vibrations, and when you do that, you know, you're gonna be, it says trust and follow your, I do have glasses, yes I do, passion. Trust and follow your renewed passion in your love life and career. Okay, so what this is saying is, it came out upside down, and you know, you don't really read these upside down, but you can see it this way. You know, if you don't take care of yourself physically and mentally and emotionally, then you will be blocked. But if you do as they suggest 3 times already, in fact, then you will have all the opportunities and you will have all the energy and the positive momentum, you know, the positive vibrations that it requires for you to really believe in yourself and believe in your dreams, and to just really just go out there and get them, you know. Right, one more. This is like, okay, so we had this wonderful card, right? And then we had that it is for you. Okay, so angels, what do you have to say about this sort of future-y? Breathe. Okay. Wow, okay, they're very, very insistent here. Okay, breathe. Take several deep breaths and exhale slowly to awaken your energy and to release old patterns. Okay, and that's what they've been talking about this entire reading. And we're talking about releasing mental patterns, emotional patterns, and also physical patterns. You know, so just take care of yourself, breathe. You could meditate, just go for a walk, I'll go, you know, meditate by all means, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're not used to it, going for a walk will have the same, it will have the same effect on your mind. Going for a walk by yourself, in quiet, okay? So not with your earbuds in or anything. Just go for a walk, just you and you alone and your mind. And that will make all the difference in the world for you. All right. Okay, I feel like that we've got a very clear message. There's nothing more to add to that, really. So what I'm going to do now is end with a postcard from Spirit to give us a lovely message from our angels and guardian angels and spirit guides and ancestors, near and dear loved ones who've passed. Just God in general, collective, positive energy. Give us a message. I decided from now on, by the way, I am still going to do the pick a, call it pick a card. I never know what to call it. You know, pick an object, pick a deck, pick a card. I will do that, but I'm going to post it separately so that this video won't be so long. All right, postcard from. Let's see, what does it say? Be fearless. Ha, see, be fearless. Don't be a scaredy cat. Dearest you, sometimes it's wonderful to give, but there are times you might find yourself overgiving. Oh, we also talked about that. Now might be a good time to check in and see where you might be cutting off the flow of abundance. Let others give to you, even if you are more comfortable being generous and being the giver, the healer, the rescuer. Oh my God, we just talked about this. In the art of living, we sometimes overlook an important skill, receiving gracefully and with gratitude, without diminishing yourself or trying to deny vulnerability or bringing an agenda of equality to it, you know, so like the feeling of, oh, they gave me this, now I have to give them something, you know? Receiving is hard for some people. Maybe you do not need a this for that in your exchange with others. You are doing good in the world. Let the world give back and support you. Then you can give up the old stories that have you convinced that you have to do everything alone with no help. Let your well be filled. We all love you so much. Well, there you go. I think that's very, very, very clear. Okay. Should I recap for you? I will recap for you once more. Okay. Focus on the positive. When you have many choices, write down the positives and the negatives. Look at them next to each other. Focus on good things in your life. Gratitude. Take care of your body. Don't overextend yourself. Don't overgive. Don't run yourself down doing this, you know, because you want your cup to overflow. You want abundance. Because you want your dreams to come true. And no one's going to do that for you. You know, no one's going to do that for you. So you got to take really good care of yourself so that you're in a state to do that. Because everyone, no matter what it looks like, I really kind of think it's every man for themselves. It really is. And even the people who look like they're super charitable and giving and saving, if you really look deep down at their motivations, they're still doing it because it makes them feel good about themselves, you know, because it fills some void. Okay, so really life review, focus on yourself. Maybe if you are one of those overgivers, take a look at why you're doing that. Write, just write. Journal. Okay. Love you so much. I hope you enjoyed this. if you did, and I know you're all watching, if you did, will you please, please, please leave me a like? Because when you do that, YouTube sees that people liked it, and then it shares my video more instead of burying it under a giant pile. So I would really, really, really appreciate that. And it's, you know, it doesn't cost you anything. So thank you in advance for giving to me your like. All right, that's it for this. Coming up next is the pick a card reading, and I will see you next week. I upload every Friday and every Sunday. And until the next time, remember, the world is full of magic, and so are you.